Oh, hello. What a good day. What a fucking great day today was. How can I explain it other than welcome to Wild Thoughts with your host, The Big Bang. Whew, guys, dear leaders, dear people of Yulon. I think that's a Shrek reference. Or it's some type of reference. People of, the world, people of the leaders of the world. We're doing great things now. We're exploding. We've even got some people calling and saying how terrible it is. And it's good. Because that only tells me one thing. That our seeds, the seeds that we have talked about, the seeds that we have thought about, the seeds that we have been thinking and talking about for the last 7 months, the seeds are starting to grow fucking roots. Oh shit! Yes, we went there today. We went there today with the Big Bang. We went from the seed. And now we are the root. And we are the roots of that seed. We're starting to branch out. We're starting to grow down deep. We're starting to plant ourselves, correct ourselves, and believe in ourselves that we can reach as high as we can into the imaginary universe where the rains come falling down from the sky. But we're planting our roots now, and our roots are spreading across all over. And today, my sponsor, once again, I think we did it before, our sponsor, our great overlord, will be the ants. Turn this down. Turn this shit down a little bit, Johnny. Fucking dick. Anyways, the ants. I'm talking about not AUNTS, but ANTS. Those little things you see crawling on the ground, those movers of dirt. That is our sponsor today. Those type of ants. Specifically, the ants from this one country, I think it's in Brazil. These little motherfuckers, these little tiny ants. Whew, because how ants work. Ants have smell glands in their butthole, so they walk around and, that's how they leave scent glands so they can get back to their nest or warn of dangers or of where food is, or like if something's happening, they can rush and hurry up and do that shit real quick. So the ants do that, and they drag their little thing behind it, and if they come across another ant, they kill each other, right? Because these ants, they fight to the death. Because they kill each other for the colony, so there are no winners in the ant war. They all die. And it all comes down to the point of who has more ants. But there's this little colony. Whew, guys, this shit is about to get deep and good. There's this little colony somewhere down in South America, I think Brazil-ish area. Don't quote me on it, boy, because I ain't say shit. But you can quote me on it, actually, because that's pretty much true. But these ants, they stowed away in the cargo ships down from Brazil. Just like most animals, mosquitoes did that. Ants, bees, you know what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers, ants, got in the cargo ships, and they went all over. And they went all over the world. They've been planted in where I live here and down here in Florida. They've been planted in the Los Angeles area. They've been planted in Europe and Africa. And these ants are taking over the world very slowly. Now, does that mean that they're going to have total domination of the world on the ant populations? Probably. Because these ants, even if they come from different colonies, they come from like one massive colony and they all have the same smells. So they go out and they plant, and then they all work together and they keep growing their colonies, kind of like humans do. And the only time they fight is when they come across a different smelling ant. And I don't understand that, because I do understand that, because they're killing each other. And it's great. It's good news. It's the circle of life. It's the cadence of sound, the waves of the beach, the ice that melts in the beautiful water. That's what it is. And how could it be anything less than that of what it could be? Whew. Now, guys, I finished the whole book. This whole 100-page book. Feels pretty good. And that's what I did. So I might have somebody come over later today, and they might help me out and do some more stuff, just because our roots have grown, and it's time to show what our roots have grabbed. I mean, so far we've had a great guest before for the first time. Yes, we had a great guest host, and maybe for the second time today, or today, maybe for the first time today on August 1st, we'll have someone come read. Guess what? The fucking massive movement. Thank you. Now, as most of you all know, if you've been around for the Knowledge Drip for a while, every first of the month, I do another massive movement. Yes, I have a lot of them written down already, and they're all great. And I'm excited to go back into it too to see what it says. So we're going to go and see what it says. But you know how we do it. We don't do it to the end of the show. Not till the end, because we save the best for last. So just like the ants, I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath. Tell yourself that you are a beautiful piece of work that you have created. As we smooth on to the thing that I want to talk about. Whoa, that looks weird. Okay. I want to talk about some affirmations. Some affirmations that are going to be read first, that we have written. Why? Because affirmations are good for your soul, and you have to believe it. That's why we got rid of that. That's why we planted the seed. That's why we got the roots, because we believe. And we believe even though it's not a full-grown tree. So what? We got the fucking root system. We got the root system out. Now let's continue to say our affirmations. Continue to burn our bridges of the past as we move on, and blow onto our affirmations so that they will carry our prayers into the infinite intelligent beings that us as human becomings are, and soar to the ground. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and do this now. Fuck it. We're fucking around. We're having a good time. It's a good August 1st day. Or is it September? It's a good first of the month day. All right, here we go with some of our great numerous affirmations. Money comes to me all the time. Money is an avalanche that is trying to get into my bank account. Ooh, I like that one. I am a money magnet. Now say this with your fucking soul. You got to believe it. You got to believe in all of these affirmations, or listen to it and believe in yourself, and write down your own affirmations. You got to believe in it in yourself. The root system has to be taken. Now maybe some of you guys haven't all left the seed stage yet. But don't worry, you never leave the seed stage, because you're still growing. So go ahead and plant those damn roots. And believe in yourself, and believe in what you say, and believe in what you feel. Believe in what you can do to make yourself better. Whew, here we go. Let's keep going. I am a happy person. I am alive and honest. I am grateful for my mind to think positive and feel good thoughts and death thoughts. A lot of death thoughts and murders and sexy stuff. I don't know. It's a lot of comic books. I am glad and happy that I have what I need. I am not a human becoming that will live in poverty. I can subconsciously accept my abundance. I am one with infinite riches of my subconscious mind. I am thankful for the flow of money. I am grateful to know I can live wealthy. I am never going to condemn money. You gotta put it in your fucking chest. You gotta feel it in your spirit. Woo. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I like this. I am happy that wealth means more than just money. I am grateful to not go hungry. I am a life worth living. I can make my thoughts work for me. I am satisfied at my mind's power. I am willing to water and care for my roots. It says seed right there, but I wrote that a while ago. That was before I realized that the roots have already planted. So now we're going to change that word from seeds to roots. But I ain't going to cross it out in this book because this is one of a kind original book. And if you want it, you can buy it. The starting auction price is $359,672.69. That's the starting auction price. All right. I am never going to condemn money. I am happy that wealth means more than just money. I am grateful to not to go hungry. I am a life worth living. I can make my thoughts work for me. I am satisfied at my mind's power. I am willing to water and care for my roots. I am a great human becoming. I am a capable worker of the effortless life. Whew. I am happy for abundance. I am thankful for my mind's power. I am glad my mind is filled with wealth. I am glad my mind is thinking of ideas. I am dwelling on my ideas of wealth. I am glad I tell the truth. I am aware of my non-fear life. There's some fears out there still. A little bit, gotta be honest, man. Don't be judging me. I got some little bit of fears I gotta get over still. I'm working on it. Because I am a constructive mastermind. And constructive mastermind, did you hear that? I am a constructive mastermind, which means I build it. And sometimes you might have to knock one wall down and rebuild it. Sometimes you might have to pull out some motherfucking copper wires and rebuild it. Sometimes you might have to go to sleep in it. And sometimes it might rain and water might get on the floor and you gotta pull up the floor or something like that. Whew, yeah, that's good. I am a prosperous. Who the fuck? I am powerful. I am prosperous in all my ways. Wealth is always forming around me. I never lack because I am not envious. I never criticize people that have. I am glad to grow wealth as I sleep. I am the magic power within me. I am wealthy the easy way. I am not striving or slaving hard for money. I am wealth. I am a power of life. I agree with my subconscious mind. I am a power of earth. I affirm frequently. I am being prosperous in all my dealings of playing the game. Whew. Guys, this was the first time that we did that. So what did you think of that? I guess it wasn't the first time. I'm pretty sure we've gone through those affirmations before. Now, when did we? As I take a sip of Mountain Dew. Why not? Live a little, guys. Try outside the box. You don't need water every time. Just enough to keep you going. Where was I going? Oh yeah, the affirmations. I really enjoyed them. The affirmations are true unto your own belief system, unto your own eyes, unto your own feelings of how you want to be. Because the way you create what you want, the way you create your 4 fingers turn to 5 is you move it. And if you want to create 4 or 5 fingers into 4, you move one down. You have 1 finger out of the way. Now you got like 4 fingers you can see. Now does that mean that your finger is gone? No, it doesn't. But if you believed it was gone, if you truly, deeply believed it was gone, something might happen to it to make it be gone. You might slip and fall and break it. You might get a random gunshot through the window and it hits your finger. Blows it right off. You know? There's no saying or telling what can happen in this crazy world. So you got to believe in what you think. Because what you believe will happen to your finger, will happen to your nose, will happen to your eyeballs, will happen to your brain, will happen to your heart. It will stop it. It will kill it. You think I'm lying? You gotta lie. I don't know if I'm lying. I'm telling the truth, man. They say a lot of people pass out from being sick, but most of it's hypochondria. But I don't know much. I've been in pain before. I know what pain is sometimes. It's not constant pain, but sometimes I get it. Or maybe it's just a feeling. Maybe it's just a thought. Next time I'm going to think about it. If I get the pain, I'm going to think about it. Find out what it is. But there's probably somebody way smarter than me out there. And I don't even know where I am going with this. But right now, we're at 15 minutes. We're at 35 seconds. We're at 39 seconds. We're at 40 seconds. I wanted to read a little poem in here. It's a poem on failure and why failure is so good for us. It says here that we need to learn these poems. We need to learn them. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read this one nice little poem to you on failure, just because I want to get this going and get you guys thinking. But first I gotta find the page, but I know exactly where it is, and I found it. It's on page 333 of the book. And if you don't know what book I'm talking about, then you must be a new listener, because you know what we're listening to. We're listening to The Laws of Success in 16 Lessons. So let's go ahead, and if you have the book now, probably do. 333. We're going to go here in the poem. Now, this poem says it's entitled When Nature Wants a Man by Angela. Angela Morgan expressed a great truth in support of the theory set out in this lesson, that adversity and defeat are generally blessings in disguise. So let's go ahead. Let's start this nice little poem here. It's pretty long, but I figured this will be a great little, I guess you can say poem. I don't understand why they call it poem. It's just the words. I guess they like the way the poem sounds, the way the E and the M meet, but they don't spell me. So they kind of like poem, because it's like, oh, it's not about me, it's about all of us. It's kind of douchey. So we're going to go ahead and start off this poem, because it is all about me. It is all about I. It is all about you. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. When nature wants to drill a man and thrill a man and skill a man, when nature wants to mold a man to play the noblest part, when she yearns with all her heart to create so great and bold a man that all the world shall praise, watch her method, watch her way. How she ruthlessly perfects whom she royally elects, how she hammers him and hurts him, and with mighty blows converts him into trial shapes of clay which only nature understands, while his tortured heart is crying and he lifts beseeching hands. How she bends but never breaks when his good she undertakes. How she uses whom she chooses, and with every purpose of fuses him, by every art induces him to try his splendor out. Nature knows what she's about. When nature wants to take a man and shake a man and wake a man, when nature wants to make a man to do the future's will, when she tries with all her skill and she yearns with all her soul to create him large and whole, with a what cunning she prepares him, how she goads and never spares him, how she wets him and she frets him, and in poverty begets him. How she often disappoints whom she scaredly anoints, with what wisdom she will hide him, never minding what betide him, though his genius sob with slightening and his pride may not forget, bids him struggle harder yet, makes him lonely, so that only God's high message shall reach him, so that she may surely teach him what the hierarchy had planned. Though he may not understand, give him passion to command, how remorselessly she spurs him, with terrific adore stirs him, when she poignantly prefers him. When nature wants to name a man, and fame a man, and tame a man, when nature wants to shame a man, to do his heavenly best, when she tries the highest test, that she reckoning may bring, when she wants a god or king, how she reigns him and restrains him, so his body's scars contains him, while she fires him and inspires him, keeps him yearning, ever burning for a tantalizing goal, lures and lacerates his soul, sets a challenge for his spirit, draws it higher when he's near it, makes a jungle that he clear it, make a desert that he fear it, and subdue if he can. So doth nature make a man, then to test his spirit's wrath, hurls a mountain in his path, puts a bitter choice before him, and relentlessly stands o'er him. Climb or perish, so she says. Watch her purpose, watch her ways. Nature plan is wondrous kind. Could we understand her mind? Fools are they who call her blind, when his feet are torn and bleeding, yet his spirit mounts unheeding, all his higher powers speeding, blazing new paths and fine, when the force that is divine leaps to challenge every failure, and his adore still is sweet, and love and hope are burning in the presence of defeat. Lo the crisis, lo the shout that must call the leader out. When the people need salvation, doth he come to lead the nation. Then doth nature show her plan, when the world has found a man. Oh, man, that was a good one. Now, you know what's funny? I've been riding around a lot with people that listen to a lot of sports talk radio, so I'm starting to get into it a little bit. I'm starting to hear the sports talk radio, and they always do this one little act where they say, like a man, and it's like a radio show. It's pretty good. I listen to it. I don't know the name of it, but I listen to it. I should really get to know the name. Oh well. But whew, yeah, I just need to be happy about that one. That one was real good. Now, before we get into the Massive Movement Part 8, I know a lot of you have been writing into the show at reflife32@gmail.com. A lot of you have been writing into the show asking about the Massive Movements because, it is the first of the month. Congratulations. But before we do that, before we jump into the Massive Movements that we have here, which I believe is Massive Movements 8, so I got to find it in that book. I haven't even read it for a while, but I'll find it. And we'll go through the Massive Movement Part 8 first, as the AC kicks on. The cold air rushes down my neck, and it feels good. It brings a spirit of harmony and a spirit of unabinding abundance into my life. And I also got every single light in the apartment on, and I don't even care, because you know why? Because of abundance. Abundance controls your being. Abundance can control who you are, depending on how you look at it, depending on what you depend is abundant. For me, maybe it's the lights on, maybe it's the water that runs, maybe it's the AC that blows cold air in here, maybe it's the fridge that keeps it warm, or the oven that heats the food. I'm happy for the abundance. I'm grateful for the abundance. It's not everything is rose gold, guys. It's impossible. Not everything can be rose gold. Anyways, before we jump into the Massive Movements Part 8, I want to go over our most favorite, our most perfect thing that helps us remind us of what we're doing, the thing we're trying to memorize, the thing we're trying to do, the thing we are no longer trying but just doing. So let's go ahead and do the self-confidence formula. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, aggressive, and continuous actions towards its attainment. I realize that the dominating thoughts of my mind eventually reproduce themselves in outward bodily action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my mind for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to be, by creating a mental picture of this person and then transforming that picture into reality through practical service. I know that through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of realizing it. Therefore, I shall devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of the factors named in the 16 lessons of this reading course on the law of success. I have clearly mapped out and written down a description of my definite purpose in life. For the coming 5 years, I have set a price on my service for each of these 5 years, a price that I intend to earn and receive through strict applications of principle of efficient, satisfactory service, which I will render in advance. I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to me the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because I will first serve them. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity. Because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. That's right. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my entire life, so that I will become a successful and happy worker in my chosen field of endeavor. Whew. Man, I really enjoy that. It's really good. I hope you enjoyed that as well. All I gotta do is read it at this point. Sometimes I go over it and something clicks. Boom. I see something that I've never seen before. We've been there. We've done that multiple times throughout this. And then sometimes you read it and you just read it. And you just look at the words. And you read it and you believe in it. And you just realize that some things, sometimes, some places in this world are just the truth, such as that if you have a red cooler on your counter, there's a red cooler, and that's just the truth of what it is. If you have a Mountain Dew can on your side, that's the truth of what it is. It's simple. Make your life easy. Make your life simple and easy. Make it believable unto yourself. Make it believable into your infinite intelligence. Go ahead, you human becoming. Let that fly into the human intelligence that you can produce of your own accord of life. Now we're at 28 minutes, 10 seconds. Go ahead and take a break. Take a breath. Because we're going to jump into the massive movements number 8. And we're going to start that probably around the 29-minute mark. So I just want you to just go ahead and sit down if you're relaxed. Sit down in your car if you're driving. Oh yeah, relax your shoulders, relax your body. We're probably going to start at 30 minutes. Hold on, because I want to relax too before we jump into this. I want you to just go ahead and practice your art of relaxing as limp as a sock. Go ahead and let your eyes stop straining so hard. Don't be staring so hard. Don't be looking so hard. Relax your eyes. Relax your toes in your left foot and toes in your right foot. Relax your hands as you cuddle up to your favorite pecan almond ice cream and relax. Because those who draw water from the well spring of meditation know that God dwells close to their hearts. That's by a guy named Tohoiki Katwaga. I don't know how to say that. Close enough. So just keep breathing and know that God dwells close to their hearts. And you know what that means. When God dwells close to your heart, that's you. Because what is closer than you to your heart? The microphone, your phone, your speaker, your couch, your tires? No. It's right there. It's in you. God dwells close to their heart. Ooh, all right, here we go. Number 8. The simple life. Ah, how we would all believe in getting some type of thing you are striving for. You can strive very hard for something, and you may never get it. You are possible the most easiest going of breath. The true nature of your life, as we carry on, will make you unleash the power of your thoughts. I am under the impression of my own thoughts, as of right now, that I must go over the flow of an unnatural problem facing us. On this crossroad of life, it comes to me in the form of someone else doing my own thinking. No, I'm pretty sure I once allowed someone to tell me what crossroads I should face and what ones to not even look at. For if I were to continue down this path, I would be a similar creature unto them. And by now, the ability for us to understand that water takes many forms when absorbed by different molecules of the world. Those molecules are formed and reaffirmed into different crossroads that are able to bring to us a different type of engineered abundance. Now, the power of water. Water is an amazing feature of life. It provides the strength to continue. It provides the abundance to sustain life. Water is a world traveler and a forever staple of the human breath. As we move on the massive movements created in physical manifestation for the leaders of Wild Thoughts with the Big Bang, I usher you, dear reader of the massive movement, to consider yourself water, not as a whole, but as an entire life force. Dear human becoming, it is your effort to carve out your Grand Canyon. The canyon will be used as a metaphor, for one drop was able to move a leaf, but the renewing of water's energy was able to carve the canyon, give life to fish, give life to birds, give an unending abundance of fresh nutrients to the trees to produce oxygen for your face. For water is our energy form, our energy foundation, and all water is recycled. Yes, Billy, that includes the water in your bones, eyes, skin. It will be recycled, and you too shall rise from the ground to float like the clouds, to be dropped from the atmosphere, to be part of the nutrients of life, and to be the new energy of breath. Dear reader, if you are similar to me when reading this last part, you must have had to stop and reevaluate your entire life. For these words come to me as I ponder and watch the dark clouds roll in to bring the tree I sit under and the ants that run around me, the very light being of life. As writing this for me gave me an internal feeling of living in the abundance of truth, and not only truth, but undenying and unyielding facts of life. Our crossroads are not just a path we must skip, but a true journey that a part of you will go down. For the most powerful force in the world is water, and you are the water. The tree is water, the cow, chicken, fish, the eggplant, and the peach. They are all you, and you are all them. Your abundance is in the complete truth, and your abundance is unbound at this moment. Don't die for a goal, die to recollect your abundance of flow and energy. Die right now, kill right now your thoughts of lack. You're persuading yourself with this next breath of life that you are the water and the molecules of life. For you need not to strive, for your mind and bones and water have already known you to know your strive was being muted because of your need to what is so bad. The water that brings life, and the water that brings change, and the water that recollects and floats above the top of the mountains. Never realized it, shouldn't it? Being the process of lightning in your imagination, to fill your banks with the abundance of wealth and be. For this part 8 of massive movements are over. Realign and find what is. Alright guys, girls, women out there, thank you for listening today. This has been Wild Thoughts with your host, The Big Bang. Bye!